I'm really glad you're here, but have you come to the right place? This specialization is for everyone, for any learner who wishes to participate in the business deployment of machine learning, no matter whether you'll play a role on the business side or the technical side. It's accessible to all types of learners, although delivered at a level that assumes a college degree or higher. Now, the 3 courses do not cover the hands-on technical practice as far as actually using machine learning software and doing the number crunching. But if you're a techie or coming from a quantitative background, give me this one video to possibly persuade you to start here anyway. This program will give you crucial know-how and knowledge just as it will for business professionals, executives, and managers. And if you're more on the business side rather than tech side anyway, this video will also be of interest to see why all collaborators need to share a common perspective on guiding and managing machine learning projects, not just by the hands-on number crunchers, but as an organization as a whole. This specialization's totally different from the vast majority of machine learning courses because it covers the overall business practice rather than more narrowly focusing only on the core technology. In contrast, most machine learning courses jump directly into the hands-on technical part, the core number crunching, which is only one of several main project phases. The overall project must be a holistic, cross-disciplinary collaboration between different functional units of your organization. That is to say that profiting from machine learning requires intense participation by more than just data scientists. They aren't the only ones who need to learn the fundamentals. By covering both the soft skills as well as technical topics, this specialization is a great place to start for both technology-focused and business-focused learners, because it works both ways. Business professionals should ramp up on the underlying technology, and the techies need to ramp up on the business side so that these 2 types of people speak the same language and can collaborate effectively. Now, don't get me wrong, the core technical machine learning step is definitely the fun part from a scientific perspective. That rocket science is the whole point. The purpose of the broader organizational process is to leverage this core technology. And we will indeed cover the technical side of machine learning to a good degree of detail, showing how it works under the hood. We'll compare methods like decision trees, neural networks, and ensemble models, demonstrate software that implements these methods, and you'll perform a hands-on exercise in the 3rd course, creating a predictive model by hand in Excel or Google Sheets and visualizing how it improves before your eyes. However, those technically focused portions of the training will progress at a slower pace than traditional technical trainings. They're designed for accessibility across all learners. And that'll be it. Other than that one hands-on exercise, there are no required assignments that have you executing on the number crunching. No required exercises involving the actual use of machine learning software tools. But if you're already quite technically or quantitatively oriented, like if you're an engineer, a physics PhD, or an actuary planning a move into the world of analytics, you'll still gain a lot from this kind of more holistic course before proceeding to a technical hands-on training. No matter how technically oriented you are, jumping directly into the hands-on execution of machine learning can be a costly mistake since doing so skips past several fundamentals. To be specific, here are 4 key topics we cover in this specialization that hands-on technical trainings simply don't usually have the time to cover. Number 1, machine learning project management and deployment. Data scientists must learn to speak business language in order to jointly plan for and participate in deployment, which is the integration of a predictive model into existing operations. You got to become fluent in how business objectives are conceived of and understand the organizational process within which the technology must be positioned. Number 2, data preparation. Most courses in machine learning, and books for that matter, presume the training data is already well formed. The beginning of such courses start right off by loading some pre-existing data set into the machine learning software. But this presents a false narrative. In reality, you only have that data after some intensive opening phases of the overall project. preparing the data is a major first step and one that involves business side input and expertise. Evaluation, calculating and reporting on the performance of a predictive model in business terms. Ethics, identifying risks to social justice and civil liberties that arise with a machine learning project and presenting options to avert these risks. In the field of machine learning, those 4 topics are more often than not left to be inferred indirectly or picked up on the side. But having said all that, I totally do understand many techies are super excited to just jump straight into the hands-on practice. I totally get it. I was once a vivacious whippersnapper like you, so definitely just go for it. You can always return here later to revisit the fundamental business level practices needed to make the fruits of your labor work within and successfully produce value for the business world. And even if you're dead set on skipping directly to hands-on, keep in mind that this specialization is exactly the kind of program you should refer your business colleagues to because you'll want them on the same page. Take just a moment to recognize the value of this kind of concepts and business level coverage for people other than yourself. You'll better empathize with the learning needs of the business side folks involved with machine learning. And so, by the way, on a related note, if you're more tech-oriented, I'd like to make an appeal that you avoid being a false negative reviewer. I'd like to ask you to think twice before besmirching a layperson-friendly program like this one with a negative review or low rating, just to be certain you aren't doing so only because it doesn't pertain for you. It's one thing for a course to be poor for its intended audience, and that opinion would warrant an honestly low review. I'd never attempt to dissuade anyone from expressing such an opinion, but it's another thing for a course to just not be the right one for your needs. It's super common for quants to hate on content meant to be non-tech friendly. I see it all the time. I hope you can understand that this level of curriculum does serve a critical need for its intended audience. After all, it'll make your life as a predictive modeler a lot easier if the folks you work with on the business side are fluent with the concepts. And on the other hand, if you do hopefully stick around, do know that anyone destined to be a hands-on practitioner will need to continue on after this specialization with actual hands-on training. As with introductions to other technical areas, if you're pursuing a career in the field, this specialization will set a strong foundation, deliver the prerequisite knowledge, and yet only whet your appetite for more.